Hello. You guys are actually pretty brave to be in here. It's not easy to be my friend sometimes, because then you'll have other people maybe talking about you and stuff. And I don't want to bring any harm to, my friends, but yeah, there's some interesting stuff happening. I keep trying to I was trying to, calm things down and it's like, I didn't start out by slandering anybody. I was nice, and actually I was like very apologetic, and it's like I until I started getting personally attacked, um, I really didn't say much. First, let's address Christine. So Christine, I saw Christine this morning. She decided to come on Good Times panel. I didn't mention her at all when I talked to Good Times, but we talked about something else. But Christine popped up, and I was like, "Oh, good, Christine," and I was hoping, since I saw that she laughed at the trip kick video, that she had a sense of humor. Boy, was I wrong. Um, she laughed at that trip kick video. It was just the same exact thing. I think it was just me saying all the same things, except they added in some witches and stuff, like some witch effects, and she was just laughing hysterically in their comments. And so I thought she had a sense of humor. And plus, let's not forget, she told me to jump off a bridge, and she meant it, right? She said she meant it. And so I thought, oh, okay, well, she can joke around, right? Well, even if she said she meant it, I think she's joking. I really don't think she would want that, right? But she said, no, I mean it. I mean it. But anyway, so she came on and started yelling at me like an old grandma, having a bad day. And oh my gosh, you know what she told me? She said, "You're not allowed to talk about Beta or me or Salmon or Emma or..." Oh my God, it's a broken record. And then it's like, well, I can't talk about Steven Salmon. I mean, the guy who porn bombed me, and Beta who struck my channel, and I'm not allowed to talk about, and people, Beta who had a 3-hour live, and you were on that live talking about me too. I'm not allowed to talk. Why are you allowed to talk about me and say the worst things about me? I'm not allowed to, though. And you know what? I started out apologetic, and I said, "Do you want a public apology? I'm sorry, I went too far. It was a joke." You're not allowed to joke. It's not that. Like, really? And she even I eventually just was like, you know what? Leave me alone, and just left. But then she goes, you know what? He deletes all his lives and blah blah blah. I know, only she can, not me. No, not me. I delete all my lives, and you know what? Good Times is really good because he said, well, I know somebody else that deletes all their lives too. You know who that is? Oh, but she deletes every live. He only deletes some of his life. Christine, now it's like, look, now it's getting ridiculous. Okay? It's just getting ridiculous. And I have a feeling that she was like this mystery source this other woman was talking to, about how there's just this legion of women. I think it's like, must be women from way before even my show that she's talked to, that are just like, oh my God, he's doing it again. Oh no. Oh, I'm not even like a heterosexual. It's like so strange. We have all these tons of men just sexually harassing women everywhere, and it's like I actually try to like turn it around and kind of sexually harass men a little bit, and it's like, and they even have a problem with that. Imagine. I mean, yeah, like it's like literal. I mean, it's like, so I just want to know what Christine's done so funny about my clips on. Oh, she said, oh, and he thinks he can just play his old clips because they're his clips. Yeah, it's called My Clips. I can play whatever I want. It's called my show. You have your show, Christine, where you do trivia with 3 people. It's fine. Like, come on. I mean, geez. why do you have to be so pick on me and stuff? I mean, it's like I don't understand. Like it's okay to like fucking like put me through all this, and it's like, yeah, I know. I made a ridiculous joke. I walked her through the joke. She said, he did not put the words in your mouth. I said, Clumsy said to me, do you think Beta and Christine are using you as like a ritual or something? And I said, oh yeah, because I stride into the ether and I saw, her and Beta like, naked around a tree sacrificing. I should have said baby goats, but I said babies. But that was, but I mean, but maybe it's bad timing with this Lilith stuff too. But we'll get into that. But I was like, Christine, that's a joke, right? I said, did you tell me I should jump off of a bridge and stuff? And I mean it. I mean it. Okay, so that's not even a joke, but I'm not allowed to joke. But you're allowed to tell me to do that, right? Second person, by the way, that says, like yesterday, the second person yesterday that said, hey, you know what, you should never been conceived, right? And then we started talking about history until, well, yeah, we were having a great time. We had a great conversation, and then all of a sudden, ding dong. Thank you, Maya. Appreciate that. Ding dong, the witch is here. And you know what? I'm calling her a witch. Do you know that this really devout Christian woman was like, you know who's great? Christine. You know why? Because she's a witch, and I'm kind of a witch too. But I'm a Christian and stuff. I don't know. I thought in the Bible it said do not suffer a witch to live, but apparently it's really cool to be a witch and have magical powers and stuff and blah blah blah. I don't know. You are? Well, you know what? It's like you can only do something to so many people, and I know like a lot of people get cowed a little bit into like silence, and like they're just like, oh my god, it's like I'll just shut up because it's like she's threatening all this stuff. You know what? I don't allow myself to be bullied, and I'm gonna stand up for not only me but like a lot of other people that are getting called just terrible things after being pretty much hoodwinked into this friendship. I mean, it's like there's patterns. I recognize patterns. I look at patterns and stuff. And even before all this, I had been told about this. But I was like, wouldn't it be interesting if I was able to go through this process successfully and maybe like, oh, you have to change your name and move from the state. Okay. Well, I mean, it's like, I mean, I don't want to threaten her. I don't want to I was threatened. I was basically, last night I was told, I'm going to have people beat me up. I'm going to probably be unalived. I should never have been conceived. And every woman, that she's talked to agrees with that. Something will happen that will be, yeah. Did I ever like threaten anything? No. Never. I think the most I said was I was like I was sorry, and I said hi to her one night in her chat, and she just went off on me like I was like some like monster, and she calls me fraudulent psychic instead of like by even like any name. Fraudulent psychic, isn't that slanderous? Like, by the way, I'll just say from now on, I'll say my readings or whatever are for entertainment purposes only. I'm not claiming to like. Oh my gosh. Well, see, now it's getting crazy, but it's like, see, I mean, there's really low key. It's like I just don't know. This is like it's getting crazy with like the accusation and the slander, especially that one. It's like it's ridiculous. I mean, and you're a mod, and so you really like you have to look at the rules in the chat. It's like I don't want like that accusation is brought up and whatever. It's like I really would need you to contact me privately about with paperwork or something like that, not like make accusations in the chat, because that's just is distracting from everything right now. Okay, but anyway, because, you know, I just see like a lot of that stuff. You know, Beta's being called that name too. Okay. Oh, I just don't know. I mean, it's like I just see people in the chat. I'm not endorsing it or whatever, anything anybody's saying in the chat, right? I just want, you know, not to. I mean, it's like, you know, it's crazy. It's getting crazy, guys. It's getting crazy. And then let's like save that stuff for like let's try to just keep things safe for everybody right now. Okay, but you know what else I was called? I was called, you know, I smell. I'm just filthy inside and out. My soul is filthy. I endorse the sacrifice of children, the murder of children, or something like that. I am so ugly, so it warns, you know, people to stay away from me. I'm just like the scum of the earth. Like, I don't know how did it come to that from like her being like my biggest supporter. So I have a couple ideas about that. So let's have like a little presentation. It's called, it's not a video, it's just a slideshow. It's a quick slideshow. Good afternoon, Careless Kate. How are you? I have a quick slideshow. This is called, let me see if I can find it. Okay. This is a slideshow called, can I bring it up? Is it working? Hi, Kate. Good to see ya. Thank you for being here. This is a little slideshow. It's not very long. It's just a quick little slideshow that should be very informative. Okay, so let's bring that down. Just uploading. Just give it a second. Okay, so anyway, and then I'll read the public statement or whatever, and then, I mean, but the Christine stuff. It's like after I was dealing with that all night and just like, you know, in this traumatic, like just like I just heard these shocking like accusations leveled against me, like I was like had been like I'm some like a rapist or something, right? I just, oh, Chuck Norris died. Okay, God bless Chuck Norris. Let's watch the Buddy Troll presentation. Oh shit, hold on, let's go back. So what is a buddy troll? So this is when the troll wears the face of a friend. Then the trust becomes the weapon and intimacy becomes the trap. Okay. So what is a buddy troll? So it's called relational trolling. Trust is the weapon, not the shield. And so here's some of the stages it goes through. So it starts at the entry point where they do not attack from the outside. They enter as an ally, a fan, confidant, helper, supporter, or a real one. And they emphasize relational access and rapport to blend in. Okay. So that builds trust pretty fast. But they have an arsenal. So they operate through trust, access, emotional ambiguity, and relational leverage, not chaos or random aggression. They use subtle influence rather than overt force. And so it's not the normal troll who will like pretty much reveal themselves instantly as a troll. They have, you know, they have other tools they use. So the strategy is not random chaos trolling. It's strategic, calculated, relational manipulation with patience, measured moves that exploit bonds and momentum because they want to make sure it works and stuff, because most people will not be prepared for this, right? But there's a danger. The threat comes from the inside the relationship itself. Not the danger is proximity, not distance. Okay, intimacy becomes the vector for harm. Okay, let's continue. So they have a disguise. It's called, it's usually called a mask, right? A mask. And so this is how they present. The performance is friendliness, not hostility, right? Because especially people that have like me that have just like, you know, been kind of traumatized by relationships in the past and like have a lot of hostility towards them, having someone friendly come in is like, oh, it's like, oh my gosh, somebody that understands, somebody that, you know, like finally, like, you know, the one person that sees. And yeah, and I can give so many examples of this, but I'll just go to my personal stuff after this, maybe a little bit. But they wear persona. They are warm, funny, and unusually available. They validate. They're very honest, and they're pretty anti-drama, and you get a bond faster than it feels really natural. It's just like it's just like it goes very fast, right? And they adopt some roles, like the biggest public supporter, the translator to the group, and the secret source of protection from the haters. Okay, your secret source of protection from the haters, right? So, or secret source, as in, you know, maybe like really behind the scenes helping you out with some stuff, right? And but they have some entry techniques. Let's go up. Let's go up. Is it up? Yeah. Is it I guess it works both ways with either up or down this ladder. But let's go start from the top. It says, they start with love bombing, overwhelming attention, and which creates an immediate emotional bond. Love bombing is a very effective tactic, especially as a narcissistic abuse. It's like when it's basically the idealization phase where it is like it's basically like how like a little bit of some of love feels good. Imagine like a lot of love. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like it feels great, right? Everyone loves to be loved, right, and be treated well. And then there's mirroring. So they actually will reflect your language, your opinions, your wounds, and your humor to manufacture connections. Like they'll say, I was told that I was told these same things about me. Things like this, and I could go more into it, but there's strategic vulnerability. They share some secrets with you to gain your trust and reciprocity, and you feel obligated to reciprocate when they share their secrets, because when someone shares their secrets, you're going to talk about some of your secrets too, because we just have this psychological need for reciprocity, normal people, right? There's also insider flattery. I get you like nobody else does. I get you like the others. You have an exclusive understanding. You have a special relationship. They use private channels they'll use like probably a different channel than the main channel you use. They might say, oh, go to here's my special social media site, or they'll write you on, X if if you use YouTube, or they'll use Instagram or something like that. But Instagram has an interesting feature. It's called disappearing messages. And when I saw that the person was using disappearing messages, I was like, that's interesting. Like, why do they want their messages to disappear? Is that going to be something in the future I should maybe worry about? Private channels. Yeah. And so, yeah, exactly. Okay. So then there's the premature loyalty. So they offer their loyalty before they've earned it, and that bypasses the time it takes to actually build trust in the normal way. Okay. So let's continue. We have the core methods. Boundary testing. This will test your limits and in tiny doses with plausible deniability, so it's not too obvious, right? They might have some aggression or some like just little jokes, but they're just joking. It's just like cute little delivers attacks wrapped in humor with built-in escape routes. So it's like there's no way they can like really be. It's like very easy for you to say, oh, that was just a joke for sure, because I know I can trust them, right? There's concern trolling. They disguise manipulation as care and protective worry, and selective agreement. So they will mix their support with little subtle undermining, which kind of creates a little bit of confusion, but not too much of it. I mean, it's very, very subtle, I'll say, because too much will kind of throw things off. It's like they need you to get hooked in, because this is called they're playing a long game, right? So they'll fish for disclosure. They'll extract emotional vulnerabilities. They'll find out what all your insecurities are. What bothers you most about what people are saying? What are your own insecurities? What are your traumas? Like, then you'll basically disclose this, and they'll learn this through a process over the relationship, through these midnight talks or special time together and things like that. They use triangulation, which is using third parties. Okay. Oh, yeah. And I'm only saying this because you care this person, right? And so you have to watch out with that for everybody, because there'll be other people with their own motives for the triangulation. Okay. And let's see, visual metaphor. So they have these, so the visual metaphor, think of hooks, think of strings, think of keys, think of marionette wires. Those are tools of control designed as tools of connection, because they're connected, but it's like actually the strings are connected to their fingers, and you're like the marionette in their mind, right? You're just, because they can actually know your emotional triggers and all this stuff and be able to kind of push you around. The style of the buddy troll is ambiguity over the spectacle, erosion over explosion. So they operate through being a little bit ambiguous. Like it's basically like nothing's too obvious. And things are like, oh, I could interpret it as this, I can interpret it as that, and you choose to interpret it in a positive way, because it's not a direct attack. They use the ambiguity, the soft language with sharp outcomes, and an emotional fog. I would say it's like a fog machine, kind of like that. Fog. And what does fog eat to? It stands for fear, obligation, and guilt. Another big narcissistic abuse tool. They'll prioritize some kind of intimacy first. So the private influence before the public damage, because they have this public damage planned already, right? That's the stage 2 or 3, right? But they have to first, you have the influence on you. You're not gonna have any influence if you don't trust them. So they'll have to do anything they think will gain that trust. So there's intimacy over the spectacle, and there is a control, not a chaos. Okay, so the goal is this erosion, this like wearing away. They want you to doubt yourself while still defending them. They want you to be off balance but not destroyed. And it's like there's an emphasis on the erosion over the sudden collapse. So it's a slow burn. It's like a slow. It's like because it's like when things go slow, it's like you don't really notice it because it's like going so slow, and then it's like, but before you know it, you're like like someone's polishing something with sandpaper, right? You can just go slow, and it's like a little bit at a time, and then it's like, but all of a sudden it's, oh, they took too much from there, right? Just pretend that's on your heart. So they do not always want a visible explosion. They want sustained power through your uncertainty, right? Because the explosion will kind of like, end things too quickly. This is a long game after all. Oh, here we go. The long game. So there's 8 stages to this long game. It's from the access to the exploitation. It's patient. It's not impulsive. And so we have, they spot the target. They look for someone open, visible, lonely, trusting, and under pressure. So they'll see this person. Oh, look, that person's kind of like, being bullied, isolated, needs somebody like, I can like come in as this hero, right? So they'll gain the access to become useful, trusted, emotionally familiar. They'll do whatever it takes for you to trust them, right? And then all of a sudden they'll vanish. They'll flip the narrative or return later as a friend. And then they'll map out your vulnerabilities. They'll learn your wounds, right? And the ambitions. This is a long process, by the way, guys. This part is like really the long game. There is buddy trolling that is like more quick. Like, you'll pretty much figure out quickly that they're like, putting you down and stuff. But the long game is like, they will pretty much wear this mask, and the mask won't crack it very much. They'll be very careful about that. So they will learn your wounds, ambitions, insecurities, and conflicts, because with these are your weaknesses. These are all our weaknesses. These are our weak points. The things that bother us, the things that would hurt us the most, the things that are most important to us, right? They'll learn where they can hurt you. They'll learn your like little weak spots, where to dive in the knife, right? So then they'll exploit and expose you. They'll use that gathered intel for their status, their entertainment, to sabotage you or control you. And then they'll shape your reality. They'll influence your moods, beliefs, reactions, and relationships. And destabilizing, they introduce doubt, shame, confusion, and conflict. And they'll create a dependency too. They'll become your interpreter, your validator, your gatekeeper. I was going to say gaslighter, but they're gatekeeper. It's like, and whatever it takes really to gain this trust. Okay. And so this timeline is measured in months and sometimes years, not in moments. Buddy trolling is patient. Okay. They're waiting for certain little landmarks in the relationship where they'll go to the phase. And so this is like what they really want. Their goal may not be destruction, often just keeping you off balance and below them. Isn't that interesting? Maybe they don't really want to end up destroying you, but they do want you below them. It's like they do want to be higher. They do want to be like considered like better, and you just be considered bad. How do they do that? They give you attention. They make you the center of your emotional focus without appearing needy. They're seductive. It's predatory. It's predatory layering. Okay, and then they'll exercise this control. Okay, and this relational. So they will they'll control the perception, the moods, relational dynamics as a control or stabilizing force. They use it as entertainment. So they feed on reactions and emotional drama as a spectator sport, amplifying chaos for sport. They want social dominance, right? So they establish this hierarchy while appearing friendly and supportive. They always have to be above you. They're the one that's coming in as a savior. They're helping you. They're the one. They're the one that is like so good and rich and blah 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 blah. And maybe they'll pull you up a little bit, but it's like still, it's always going to be below them, right? They'll get access to your secrets. So they're gathering this intel for leverage, status, or future use. a quiet accumulation of power, getting this access to secrets and this disclosure from you, and they create a dependency on you or with you, right? So they make you need their validation and or their interpretation, their emotional stability, just their friendship. Okay, here's a critical insight. Sometimes the goal is not destruction, it's sustained influence. They can win by keeping you off balance and subordinate, not visibly damaged. But if they start to feel that they're losing that influence, that's when they'll start another stage, right? And these other stages are bad. Okay, but here's some red flags and pattern recognition just to help everybody. This is almost over. So they'll rush closeness. So it'll be the love bombing. They'll rush the relationship, and you'll notice very fast parts of the relationship, and you'll be like, "Whoa, this is faster than normal. This is happening so fast. This must be fate. This must be ordained." So they'll rush to closeness. They'll know too much too fast. They'll push intimacy at an accelerated timeline. There's going to be subtle isolation. They'll separate you from other relationships while appearing supportive of them. They'll provoke you rather provoke than innocence, right? They provoke you and then they're innocent, right? So they'll provoke a reaction and then they're like, I didn't mean to, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I didn't know about that, right? They'll get shocked and hurt by your response. Wow, did that ever happen? After a provocation, like maybe when you're friends and you've not had a problem, they put on an AI of you, dirty on the couch with your cats, stealing money from banks and say, oh, this is what the person dreams about. When it's like, you're like, what, like, what's that about? And then it's like, what? How, you're shocked. It might hurt by my response, right? Invisible scorekeeping. They keep score of the layers and loyalty or favors, of their favors and loyalty, but they'll frame it as honesty, right? So they will be keeping track of everything they give you, everything they do for and then it's like, then they'll be ready to say, look what I did. They'll have an itemized list, right? This is also hitting home. Okay. Then there'll be a public and then a private, or there'll be both at the same time, a public and private split. There'll be a private insensitivity and then a public innocence. Conflict follows them, but it's never their fault. And then there's recognition key. So you feel ungrateful and uneasy at the same time. So you trust the pattern, so feel grateful and uneasy at the same time, right? Because it's like, wow, I've just been given these great gifts, but then it's like, oh, like, what is there a price to this? There's a hidden cost that I'll have to be paying soon. Plus, haven't I been warned about this exact thing happening? Okay. Finally, there's a defense, guys, and so here, take this to heart. If this has ever happened to you, it's happened to me. So the antidote is pattern recognition. Okay, pattern recognition, recognizing these patterns. I hope you just take note of some of these today. Boundaries, refusing to confuse familiarity with trust. So take it slow and document. Slow the pace of the intimacy deliberately with them. Do not over-disclose early in a relationship. Document patterns instead of isolated moments. Hey, why did they do this every time? Why did they do this every time? Is this happening? Is this happening? Has this happened in other people in the same pattern, right? You watch consistency across time and settings. You set some boundaries and have independence, so you compare their private behavior with their public behavior. Refuse loyalty tests and ultimatums. So maintain your independent relationships outside of their influence, and set a boundary once clearly, and then enforce your boundary. Finally, do that pattern recognition where you trust the patterns that you're seeing over the individual incidents that are happening. You notice that what you're feeling. If you're feeling grateful and uneasy at the same time, that's like this cognitive dissonance that's telling you something. You reduce access without dramatizing it. You just like slowly maybe like back away a little bit. And remember, familiarity and just knowing them, being very familiar with them and thinking you know them so well, it's not the same as trust, and that doesn't mean you've earned the trust. So the buddy troll wins through access, ambiguity, and time. Your antidote is recognizing the patterns, having clear boundaries, and refusing to confuse familiarity with trust. And that is the presentation. Okay. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. You're medically retired. Let's see what's going on in the chat. StreamYard link. This stuff does sound very familiar. Yeah, doesn't it? I mean, it is like the same, very similar to the narcissistic abuse cycle. Yes, mental and emotional manipulation. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Shannon. Hi, Yasmina. I think that's a fake Kate, or not the fake Kate, the fake sorry, not the fake Yasmina, the fake Shannon. Hey, Jesus Christ. It's like, I didn't steal, I didn't steal your cats. My cats are, great. Hey, Freeside, how are you? And I hope you did enjoy that little quick presentation. As for like a little statement I'll make a statement. I don't know how much I want to talk about it after the statement, but let's have a little statement. This will be my public statement on the thing. You can go and watch the statements that were made last night. So I want to address something directly and clearly. A number of false, hostile, and defamatory things have been said about me publicly. I reject those statements completely. I'm not going to answer smear tactics with more smear tactics. I'm not going to let other people define my character, my intentions, or my work for me. So let me be clear. I'm not afraid. I'm not intimidated. And I will continue to speak the truth, but I will do so in a more disciplined way. No hysteria, no mob mentality, no games. What I see happening is a pattern. There's been some projection, distortion, personal attacks, insinuation made, and attempts to turn accusations into entertainment. So I'm not participating in that circus. People can judge me by my actual words, my actual conduct, my body of work I put out publicly, not by somebody else's performance. I also want to make something clear. The show is not a place for threats, harassment, doxing, or revenge behavior. So do not contact, threaten, or target anyone on my behalf, please. That is not what I want, and that is not what the platform is for. But I will protect my name. I will document what needs to be documented. I will continue forward with clarity. I'm here to create, to speak honestly, and tell my own story in my own voice. And that is all I need to say on it right now. And I think that's good. Okay, so you went the link. Okay, so Arthur, how about the link? Okay, but Arthur, okay, he said please. I mean, he did say please. Hey, Brad, what's my thoughts on files? Oh, the Epstein files. Epstein files, I'm skeptical, but I'm seeing now it's like there's bodies being found. There's these like, these rings where people are like, making babies and stuff. We have Long Island iced tea. Hey, Benny, how are you? Good to see you. What's up, dude?
Yo, what's up, brother? Can I say something? And I hope it doesn't piss you off.
Say it.
I think that was the best use of AI you've ever done. Like everything you've said, that the manipulating, the false, the
that wasn't all AI. I mean, it's like let's see. Let's put it this way. I don't use AI. I work with AI. I don't just generate.
Well, that was the best use of AI.
Why do you say that? Like, why can't you just say the content and not the method I produce it? It's like, you say, oh, that's a nice guitar, but right? Go ahead. But does the guitar really matter as long as the sound is good? Like, tell me.
That was great though. Like the narcissism was perfect, right?
Who, mine?
The narcissism and the last. No. I'm saying the way you detailed it. You're explaining to us how to identify narcissism.
Yeah. Okay. Well, but like you see,
it was very helpful.
I was able. That was an outline, but I was able to put my own words to it too and explain it like in.
Oh, nice.
Okay, get the fuck out of here, Arthur. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, that's a perfect example of a buddy troll. That's Arthur. Okay, so Arthur is a buddy troll. So he will come and he'll buddy up to you. See the little subtle things, like the little subtle things. He'll even say beforehand, "Oh, don't get offended," right? And it's like, so something's coming, right? This is a great example. And he'll pretend to be your friend, right? But then he will just fucking try to like embarrass you, like make you look stupid, fuck you over. I mean, it's like, really. But he'll be so nice about it too. I mean, it's like, he does suck. Yeah. It's like, like, and why do I have you up, right? Yeah, bad timing for the buddy trolling, Arthur, when I'm doing the fucking presentation on buddy trolling and you come up with buddy troll. Do you think I didn't just pay attention to my own presentation? I just learned so much from my entirely AI generated presentation. I haven't been through it and having experience or anything. I just learned about it today, right? Okay. What an asshole. What an asshole. Completely. Anybody else want to come up? Can I have a real friend up or something like that? I don't know. I'm kind of getting weary of whatever this is, whatever that is. Arthur, I have a great person for you to meet. Go hang out with Alexandra. I think you would love her. Okay. Oh, he does. Yeah. I don't know. Well, Arthur, I think donated $5. Last January. So okay. Thank you, Kay. I know. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's just like, I feel like, I'm not in a minstrel show, Arthur. Should I get my cane and a hat and go do some more tap dancing around? You think I'm like, have you heard the things that have been said, Arthur? Arthur, first of all, go watch what was said first, okay? Then come back and try to buddy troll me, okay? You're the definition of a buddy troll. We know. So I see you run over to Betas, and it's like, I know, it's you sound like sometimes like you're defending me and stuff like that. You're just trying to stir up shit. A menstrual show, yeah, that's when like Mitty Manson takes off his pad and takes a picture of it for the camera. I'm just kidding. A minstrel show is actually the menstrual flow. Yeah, exactly. A minstrel show is like when they do blackface and they do like, there's this thing called the minstrel interloculator, and they do like tap dancing and blah blah blah. Yeah. So I don't know if you've seen. It's a kind of like old fashioned, and they're considered very racist. They used to. I think it originated somewhere in Freemasonry. I don't think I know. Okay. Anyway, so anybody else wants to smoke? Oh my God! 14 comments in the back chat. Let's see. You love me? If you love me, why do you do that to me? It's like I just don't like. If you love me, why can't you just like? That's gonna irritate me like subtly, right? But now it's like it's a vagina monologues. Yeah. Hold on. What?
Hey, I'm sorry I phrased it wrong. I was trying to say, because look, I definitely use ChatGPT a lot.
Okay, get out of here. No. Out of here. Don't come back. You're kicked out. Bye. Hello.
Psyche, what's up, brother? How you been?
I'm just fine.
Can you hear me?
I'm just fine. Oh my God.
Can you hear me right? Okay. So I sound like shit, bro.
You sound fine. Hold on, who's the victim? Of course the fake Vu old bag is talking about it. Okay, but how about like, but also Christine and stuff is like, Christine said, how dare you talk to Sandman? Like, I'm talking about Sandman. You're talking about Sandman. And who else? Emma. Why do guys, I hear the same, like, it's like, I recognize these things. Like I said, I'm really not bothered by what is said, because I've had the worst bullying already. I've been through bullying all my life, right? I'm a gay person, right? Who's out of the closet. I've always been bullied. It's the fact that the attempt is being made. That's what really hurts. Okay, and then here comes Black RG's buddy troll. J-Dog might be. I hope
no. I'm not no buddy troll, bro. I've always been cool with you, bro. I've always been. I probably sound like shit, bro. I've been sick for like the last week and a half, 2 weeks. I've had fucking bad pneumonia and fucking.
Did you see your the video that you're in with me?
Triptych video? I think I did. The cult? Yes. Yeah, like a Netflix.
There's a couple of them. There's a Rajneesh. Okay. Oh, well, great. Here's Sig. Let me just ban him from the studio. Okay, perfect. Oh, you're perfect. Okay. And I thought we were friends too, but it's a buddy troll. Like, do you see he comes on and like says that shit to me? Like,
what do they do, bro? They're fucking with you, bro? What are they doing? What are these guys?
Should I read some of the transcript of what was said last night? I mean, it's like...
I think you should, bro, because I'm out of the loop on any of this shit. I don't know what's going on. I just know that, a lot of shit's hitting the fan.
Hold on a second. Yeah, there is some stuff said last night. Let me just get the transcripts, because I don't want to play anybody or anything, but I do have a transcript. Okay, and I'll read some of it. Let me see. I just need to... hold on. It'll take a minute, so go ahead and talk. But I hope you're feeling well. Yeah, I mean, did you see the cartoon about yourself on Lord of the Groove, where you're going over some interesting stuff?
I think I've seen the video before. Yeah, I used to be subscribed to them because my whole channels got hit. Both of them got taken out.
Why do you sound so? So you're sick today?
Yeah, I'm still sick, man. I just wanted to come on here and just let you know that I'm your friend, bro. I've never been a buddy troll. Not to you,
Okay. Well, I
I've
wasn't.
always been cool.
I wasn't referring to you in that
Okay.
really. I mean, I think you've been pretty cool. But it's somebody we both knew, you know. But hold on one second. I need to get. I need to put a password in for this one. I have this.
But yeah, no. So yeah, I'm still around. Just my channels got hit, and I've been.
Are your channels down, or you're just not able to stream?
No, both my channels got hit. I think Beta hit them, or somebody hit my channel. They got copyright struck.
Well, the copyright check will tell you who did it.
It was some Arab guy, so I don't know if it was Beta's ex or I really, it wasn't even worth it to me. I just said, you know what, fuck it. I could still go on panels. I don't.
Okay.
So
well, I know his name. It starts with an M. Hold on, I think it starts. Hold on, I think it starts with an M. Is that it start with an M?
It was a really long name. To be honest, I was just like frustrated. I just said, you know what, fuck it. I'm not like.
Okay.
It was more trouble than it's worth. And that's why I was like, I'm just gonna say fuck it. It wasn't worth it to me. So that's why I just. But yeah, I'm here for you, Psyche. I'm here, bro. Okay. I'm here. I'll always be here for you, bro.
Another channel. You should start another channel and like.
I am, bro. I'll start another channel. So yeah, people, I'm still out here. So yeah, peace out, brother. Peace out.
Okay, have a good day. I'm sorry. Yeah, have a good day.
You too, bro. Later.
I mean, yeah, I do like like J Dog, and he was with me, but so okay, hold on. Okay, so I do have some of the transcript of here's what was said last night. A little bit of what was said. I'll address some of it. It's like, but I'm not gonna harp on it. I'm not gonna attack the person. I'm just gonna use the words they said. Okay. Okay. So it says, here's what I want to say. There's this rumor. I'm going to call it a rumor within these communities that I have a certain cycle. Okay. And then blah, blah, blah. She was defending against that. Okay, hold on. And so I'm just going to like read the parts about me. So it says, so a guy that used to be known by the name of Q45, now his name is Q. I heard him say tonight, but I'm hearing this fraudulent psychic say it, who myself and several other women wish was never conceived. And here's what I want to say. And okay, and then she says, unless you've met me in person, you don't know me. But, okay, I did meet the person in person, so that doesn't apply to me. Okay, and it says, and as much as they trash talk me, there's enough confidence. Hold on. It says, let's see. But you know what? If you have not met me in person, you don't know what you're talking about. And if you have met me in person, but you're definitely a fraud, a solid criminal, and a con artist, such as the fraudulent psychic, you don't have any business talking to me. But I guess some people are holding on to this false hope. That I'll communicate with them again one day, or I'll be friendly with them, or if enough time goes by, I'll forget about things. No, anyone I would forgive has already been forgiven. There are people who seem to be under the impression that I talk to certain people more than I do. People like to cite good times for life as someone I've cycled. No. Good times and I don't talk. At this point, all I do is point out when he says something valid. And what's wrong with that? I've never met him. I will never meet him in person. We're all not friends, but we've been around for a long time. But the fraudulent psychic, well, will you just give it a rest? Okay, because I've spoken to enough people at this point who have dealt with you to where you might end up following through with that threat you made the other day in regards to yourself. Because you've done too much to too many women who did not know how to contend with the kind of monster that you are. Here's what's going on with these communities right now. You know what it seems like? There's a certain group that all came to the same place in the same time and caused a lot of trouble. Really amped up the stalking, started monetizing the panels in a very unethical way, meaning the clap system, the vesting crap, vetting behind the scenes, getting people to pay to join panels or join discords and all that kind of stuff. Even though they pretend to be at odds with each other in some cases, these people all do work together. There's a lot of people with deep pockets right now looking at these communities. And some of these people with deep pockets have approached some of these really aggressive people. And people came in and they're like, okay, let's try to formulate an offshoot. That's lucrative, but there needs to be like basically a cast of characters, right? So trust me when I say there have been people with deep pockets looking at these communities. They're looking at who's been around the longest, who's controllable, who's not controllable, who's skilled and talented, who's not, who's professional, who absolutely needs not to be dealt with. That's what's been going on, I'd say, for maybe a year and a half now, maybe even longer. But from what I've learned, the fraudulent psychic was paid a certain amount of money to basically create a sort of caste. And there are some people he was asked to approach who saw right away, no, 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 this is not feeling good. This is negative. This is not what I want. And those seem to be the people that he has most aggressively condemned, defamed, lied about, right? When someone tells you no, you respect that and you leave them the fuck alone. To that fraudulent psychic, you're never going to be able to deliver when it comes to me. And someone who approached you is aware of that now. So you're not going to get any more money from that person. Also, that person does not want to be named. So you really need to fuck off, because sometimes when someone who's as mentally unstable as you are doesn't know how to stop. The people who talked to you not long ago, they'll stop you if you catch my drift. So if you don't stop, something's going to happen to where it will never be able to be undone, because I don't like what you're doing. I don't like who you are. There are so many other things I could have said about you that I have not said. But what I will say is that a person who is filthy externally is filthy in spirit. So there will be no cycle. I will never be your friend. And just like the other women, especially Elisa Jordana, told you to fuck off, get lost, keep my name out of your mouth. I'm saying it too. There have been a lot of women who know about you, even before you entered these communities. And you scared some of them, you know. That's why you're ugly. It is. That's why. It's basically a warning sign from God. And more people need to pay attention to your external so they know how disgusting you are internally. Seriously, there's enough young people in these communities to where I'm sure you'll be able to fool them, but not me. Just like you weren't able to fool the other women who you scared to death, honestly. And a lot of those women are about to come forward because they're seeing what I'm contending with when it comes to you. And they're not happy about it. They're like, he's doing this again. And it's like, yep, again. So just fuck off. Trust me when I say there's enough people in these communities who are godless, who are desperate, who are unprofessional, who are as disgusting as you are. But none of you are going to get anywhere professionally. You're never going to make any money. You're dying. So Q got it right. The only way to make money in these communities, you have to have a bunch of Alexes, fraudulent psychic. You're not going to get any more Alexes or anyone good. The only person who definitely is completely banned from my platforms is probably that girl Kate. And I didn't realize that she was in line with you, as she is, which is very concerning and downright disgusting. I liked her for a little bit, but not now. The whole thing is revolving around Lilith was a little tip-off. Do some of you know who that deity Lilith is? And I know y'all are in chat, so I'll address you later. I just want to get out what's in my head out. The Lilith, the monster, demon. It's not a deity, it's a demon. It's not a saint. It's something like that. It's not the first woman. It's a demon. That's a demon known to kill children. Why in the hell would you worship a demon known to kill children? Unless you're the worst kind of evil that exists. Any of you think about that? I mean, I guess you're not into God. If you're not into Jesus Christ, if you're not Christian, you don't give a shit. Okay, fine. I want nothing to do with you. There's people of other walks of faith who are not Christian, who know who Lilith is, and they don't want anything to do with someone who's into that. So, I mean, that's what this community have had the blessing of covering are succumbing to now, a literal cult whose deity is a demon known to kill children. That's gross. That is gross. That is absolutely gross. When it comes to the person that you just named, the junkie, I don't have anything else to say about that. I think I made that stream about that earlier today. I don't care. He aligned with a fraudulent psychic. As soon as someone aligns themselves with that kind of energy, no. It's okay if you didn't know. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. But even if you don't subscribe to any form of spirituality or faith, I'm sure that all of you are listening to me, for whatever reason, do understand the reality of money, okay? These people who recently came in these communities have caused all kinds of problems. They're looking for money, and they can't get it on their own because they're not skilled. They're not talented. Nobody likes them. They're not attractive people. They don't have any sort of anything. They don't know how to socialize properly. They don't know how to do anything. They need you. You don't need them. So all I'm saying is that realize your worth, because I know my worth. I didn't always, but now I do. And like hell, I'm going to let some piece of trash try to corral me. It's weird. It's actually attempted slavery. And I'm a descendant of people who said no to slavery adamantly. And it was the Jews behind slavery in the United States, whether you acknowledge it or not. Bunch of nasty ass Jews. So I'm fraudulent psychic. Fuck off. You don't know me. I hope that some people in these communities do meet you in person so that they can see exactly what I saw in regards to what you are, because you have a lot of very spiritually strong people in these communities, a lot of Christians. They don't always admit that they are, but they are. And considering some of the crap you've pulled, you're probably going to get physical with you should you decide to meet any of them in person, especially the males. and not the physical in the way you'd probably like. But you need to stop. Do your what you call a show without me. You're going to get a knock on the door soon in regards to some legal actions. And all you have to do is stop. Leave me alone. I've been so nice. I really have. My channel, like I said, is 40 plus. Okay, well, I just want to see the reaction so far. So how are we doing, chat? Hello? Hold on one second. Shit, where's my... Oh, yeah. Is this it? Okay, hold on. Oh, here we go. Hi, guys. How are we doing? Oh, RG's here? Hold on. Hello, RG.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to J-Dog because he's blatantly lying about his channels getting taken down. He deleted both of them. Why he would make that up, I don't know. I have the screenshots to prove it, J-Dog. It's just strange.
Anybody know who DK TV is?
DK, I do not.
Kate,
Secondly, Psyche.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know who DK?
I'm not a buddy troll because most of the time I try to give you good advice and you get mad at me. That's the opposite of being a buddy troll.
Here's how you give advice.
Arthur is
You use too much AI and stuff. Hey, use AI too.
My criticism of AI has nothing to do with being a buddy troll. Arthur's a blatant buddy troll.
In Good Times, you said, yeah, that sure is sick. What were you referring to as sick? Like, what were you referring to as sick last night?
I was talking to Good. I don't like Good Times. It has nothing to do with you.
Okay, but you're so lost. I was reading a transcript. Sparkly Bong Water. Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing. I listened to that stream live. First of all, it had 0 views. No one was there watching Alex. So you just doubled the people who saw it.
150 views now. So okay.
That's nothing. How many views is your video gonna have? Triple that by the time you're done with it, right?
That doesn't matter because
it does matter because now that many people, more people have heard it.
Talking about me and people, okay?
Well, because she wants you to be upset. She wants to get this reaction on you.
I'm not upset. I'm very passionate about this, right?
You're feeding into it. Is my point.
Shut up. Get out of here. I don't want to talk to you right now. Okay. And let me see who this is right here. Hold on a second. Don't tell me what to do. If I want to feed into it, let me feed into it. Hello? Barry? Barry? Are you going to talk? Hello, you're on the air with Psyche. Hello? Barry? Okay, banned. At least like know how to talk. I mean, geez, RG. Arthur's a buddy troll. Yeah. I'm never gonna get McDonald's from him. I'm having my menses. Uh-oh. Who's rude? Bathory? You're rude, Bathory. Is RG a buddy troll? Definitely, because he also uses other people to do his dirty work. He's like, remod or let Mike Hall in your chat. Mike Hall has said horrible things to me that lead me to think that he's Allied Master Computer. Why would I let him in my chat? I want people to hear it. Did you know that she told Good Times and I that we'd be thrown into an oven? Because we're Jews? Did you hear that? Hello? Here, I'm just going to play this video real quick. I made this video. Okay. And if it clears out some people, that's absolutely fine because probably not my friends anyway. And Bathory, you're breaking the rules. Who owns what? Hold on. What do you own? Oh shit, that was an accident. What do you own?
Walking dressed like Judgment Day, talking smoke like it's holy flame. Name drop fear, then hide your hand. Throw a stone, then blame the glass. You build a myth out of whispers fed. Paint me black with the words you spread. Call it truth when it's staged and lit. Hold old performance built on counterfeit. You play games with the frame, try to rob me in shame, but I see every move in the script you make. Projection on the wall, trying to make me small, but I won't wear the mask that you hand to me. I'm not afraid, I'll say it plain. You throw your shadows and call it my name. Game playing, projecting, twisting the scene, but I speak the truth through your projection screen. I'm not afraid, I won't retreat. I hear the thread underneath the speech. Smoke and mirrors, bait and routine. I speak the truth through your projection screen. First comes the smear, then the false concern, then the crowd gets fed while the rumors burn. You call it warning, I call it theater, a costume of virtue wrapped round a fever. You move like a queen on a crooked board, stack the deck, then preach reward. Fake moral panic, selective grace, point one finger with three at your face. You want chaos dressed as care, want control while you swear it's fair, but the pattern's old and the mask slips clean. Everybody sees the play, everybody knows the way. You accuse, confuse, then flee the scene. I'm not afraid, I'll say it plain. You throw your shadows and call it my name. Game playing, projecting, twisting the scene, but I speak the truth through your projection screen. I'm not afraid, I won't retreat. I hear the thread underneath the speech. Smoke and mirrors, bait and routine. I speak the truth through your projection screen. Gaslight glow in a dead-eyed room, trying to sell me my own doom. But I know the trick, I know the trait. Fear gets loud when the lie's afraid. You can dress it up in righteous light, you can flood the stage and pick a fight, but truth don't break when the cameras lean. Truth cuts through the projection screen. I'm not afraid, I'll say it plain. You can't rename me with a smear campaign. Game playing, projecting, feeding the machine, but I speak the truth through your projection screen. I'm not afraid, I'll stand in view. No mask, no script, no borrowed truth. You want a target, I stay serene, and I speak the truth through your projection screen. No, I'm not afraid. Oh, I see the strategy. Oh, I see the angle. I see the act, and I'll speak the truth till the whole false picture
Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, so I guess let's continue. The I'll just read a little bit more, just so I can address some stuff. Okay, we're back. Let's see. There's no one's really. Then I'll be done with it. I will. I mean, I'm not going to be going to Sandman's anymore. I'm not going to Beata's anymore. I have no reason to talk about Christine. I'm not going to go talk to any of these people. So I guess if they want to respond to this video, I'll give them that, and I won't respond to them. But unless it's like something that I have to respond to like legally. But I don't know if you're like hearing that there's like threats of violence being made. There's anti-Semitism. There is. I mean, I'm the only like white person like that has been not only called the N-word, but I mean, it's like I experienced not only homophobia, I experienced anti-Semitism and racism. I'm not even Jewish or black, but I love those people, but I'm just me, okay? So I don't know. I experience more racism than some black people probably. Call the N-word more than. Okay, anyway. Okay, so let's see. What else do we have? We just have a little bit more. Okay. Okay, let's see. There's entertainment, but then there's like something else that masquerades as entertainment, but in actuality is pure evil or very evil. I don't play with evil, you know? I come from what I think could be possibly viewed as one of the most controversial arms of the entertainment industry, the adult entertainment industry. But even in the adult entertainment industry, there are certain energies that are not messed with. People got together and they agreed, okay, we'll take it this far, but we won't take it, this far, This doesn't seem to be the same level of restraint within these communities of yet. One day there will be, but not right now. And I'm not willing to put my life, my being at risk. When it comes to people like the fraudulent psychic, who they not only have nothing left to lose, but they're like this close to no longer even being, So there is no, whatever her name is, cycle. I'll just call her Monica, right? There's no Monica cycle. Anyone that I don't want to talk to anymore, you're never going to hear from me again. You don't even exist to me. I'm not receptive to people who are trying to force me to interact with them. I'm too much of a big girl for that. Anyone that needs to be forgiven has already been forgiven. I've already apologized to whoever I need to apologize. That's it. So you're some faceless loser who's never met me. Don't speak on me like you know me, okay? Don't say she has no real emotions when you don't know me. Don't say I'm an alcoholic when you don't know me. Don't say shit about me. If you don't know me, unless you really want to get to know me, because there's some of you to where I don't think I know who you are, and I have completely clean criminal history. It would be nothing for me to punch some of you in your fucking face at all, and I'll take the charge. I don't care. Not at this point. Not at this point. But the fraudulent psychic, I was only around him a total of maybe 4 hours. He smells, full of cat hair, doesn't brush his teeth, doesn't take care of himself, mentally ill, has taken money from more people than he should have, and he's made more promises to people than he should have, and they're about to come after him, okay? I pitied him. I felt like, let me be nice, because I've had some people be kind and nice to me throughout my life. I'm very fortunate, very grateful, very appreciative, but I'm not a taker. I don't make threats to get my way. I don't cry. I don't do any of that crap. Thank you. There's somebody in these communities known as, what's his name, Big Vegas? He's right when he says, keep your distance. Yeah, I'm naturally a very social person. I like to be social. I've been a little bit of an introvert over the past few years. Those of you who know me, okay, more private information. But I'm back to being me again. I'm back to being social. I'm back to having fun. I'm back to being productive. I'm back to being a real person. And real people like me don't put up weirdos who can't show their face. I don't know. I know I don't look my best right now, but I purposely came on here on video because I want y'all to know I mean what I say. That's why I use my government name. And then she says her entire name. Okay. I'm not always right, but I mean what I say. And I'm not looking to exploit people. I'm not looking to use or abuse people, because that's what's going on in these communities right now. A lot of very abusive, nasty, gross, disgusting people. I kind of think part of the reason that a lot of people do keep their cameras off is because they're dirty. You got a lot to give to the good times for life. He's messy. I don't think he's dirty. I think he's messy, but he always has a camera on. You see? Who is he? Don't you? You see who he is, don't you? He speaks a lot, just like me, but you see him, and he doesn't beg. There have been times when he's been bratty, but he doesn't beg. And that fraudulent psychic, I feel like, has stolen a lot of his personality. It's weird when I really think about it, from the screen on the wall to his outfit. And I would like to know exactly why Good Times is not on YouTube anymore. Is it because someone did shut down his channel? And if so, who did? You know, I know that some of you don't like him. I don't like him, but it's almost like he was pushed aside to make way for others. And that's not quite right. Not at all. Yeah. Yeah, Blackout Andy, you and I are similar. We don't always agree, but I see why you get upset. I do see why. And you are just being upset about certain things, without a doubt. But that's all I have to say. I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time. I feel like whoever needed to hear me has heard me. But if I don't talk to you anymore, it's because you're not compatible or worth my time. My time is valuable. I have really started to realize how short life actually is. And to me, at this point, just considering what's going on in these communities, it's a waste of my time. I've said more than I think I should have said, and I'm happy. Said a lot of what was on my mind, and I'm happy I was able to essentially be a translator for some of you out there who aren't exactly able to put into words how you're feeling. Bye. It's just the energy of some of these people who are dominating the equation. I don't like them. And I don't want to have any association with me. I don't want them to have any association with me. I don't want people to think that they know me when they don't. I don't want them to name drop me when they have bad intentions. Because even if people come to me later and they're like, does so-and-so know you? They were talking about you. And I'm like, nope. And they're like, oh, I didn't think so. Still, I just don't like that. Maybe I'm a little bit of a snob, but so what? That's me. We're all different. So let me look at the chat real quick before I get going. No, I'm not going to post the link. I'll tell you, I'm going to make you some highlights. I need to cover you too, Blackout. You know, when I have some time, if I'm bored, I'm going to do some streams that are positive about you, that are educational when it comes to IP2 Gramps, because you know, whether I agree with certain things y'all say or not, you two are OGs. You are just OGs when it comes to these communities. I just want to revisit some things when it comes to Attila. I revisited some things when it came to Ski Mask Andy. There's a few, but what I want to do, caution some of you about, don't let others who don't know you, who you are, tell your story, because that's what people are attempting to do right now. Aren't they really, right? Don't let people who have walked alongside you, who have not walked alongside you ever, and no matter what industry you're in, no matter what you're doing, don't ever let anyone else who's not a real witness to who you are tell your freaking story. Don't. That's good advice. Maybe I'll take that advice. Maybe I won't let her tell my story, right? Okay, name your own storyteller. If it's not yourself, I think you should always be yourself personally. But you see what I'm saying? Because you got people right now trying to basically steal your soul. Don't let them do it, you know? Don't let yourself be imitated or duplicated. Make it known that you're an original. That's very important, because if you don't make it known that you do not fight for yourself, if you do not retain your individuality, then you've lost. People will notice, and they'll try to take it from you. Don't let them. You're too valuable for that. And for God's sake, do not put any stock or credibility into someone who hides. If someone cannot show his face, they cannot tell you their name, that is linked to personal accountability, and they know damn well something is fucking wrong. So have a good night, Blackout. Thanks for coming in here. Whoever else is watching, you're probably watching Good Times. You're probably watching Good Times. Have a good night. The letter Q. You have so much growing up to do. It's funny to me. I'm glad to know you, but use a little filter a bit more. In this case, I'm glad you didn't. Think before you spoke tonight. Be careful what you say, especially when you're talking about someone who does authentically like you. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Authentically like you. Oh, she likes him authentically. I guess she didn't authentically like me, right? I feel so dumb. Why am I so dumb? I don't feel dumb, because I think what happened was exactly what was supposed to happen. Let me see the chat. Okay. And this is also really handy tonight, because I can see just who's the bullshitter. Let me see. Blackout and Good Times are horrible. Oh my God, she's hiding in the past. Oh, hold on. Did I transcribe that? I transcribed that. No, yeah, I sent her with like a feather quill, and I wrote it down. Okay. Celty. I can't even transcribe. Of course I use AI to transcribe it. Okay, we're talking. Okay. I mean, it's like Celty. Are you trolling me, Celty? Come on. Yeah. Shan. Okay. What the flip is going on here? I was just reading a transcript. Okay. You might want to rewind to the beginning and find out if you're late. Okay. I like both people, and you're not fighting anyone's battles. Okay. You stopped going on panels when he had a small following of stalkers and weirdos saying random outrageous things. Yeah, I should too. Yeah, I think I'm going to too. Only as of late, though, the Jew talk gets people going. Really? I would never like that. I wasn't reading a script. I was reading the transcript from her show, Amanda. Okay. Okay, so this is the point. I mean, I don't think people are like really listening to me. Like, I don't think people get it. I'm trying to explain to you. Okay. I know. I'm not at all upset with what you said because it's just bullshit, right? I mean, if I smell and I don't brush my teeth and I am just like so ugly and I'm a fraudulent psychic, why did she purchase so many psychic readings from me? Why did she have so many? Why were we planning to get together for our birthday after we had that dinner? Why we're both smiling, we had the best time. Like really, so this is where I'm going to be sorting out with the trolls. And it's like, guys, if you get like really kicked out today, don't come back. Okay. And so this person, Janny, you are banned forever. If anyone sees Janny in the chat, is any mods here? Any mods that I can take seriously? Or is just troll mods and troll people in the chat? Christine said my mother's name. Are you serious? Let's see. Vienna sausage with, okay, so let's see. So people are talking about their drink. Don't tell me what to do. Okay. And it's like it's getting there's so many trolls to deal with. I do need like mods to like kind of watch out. Like if it's someone's obviously just being a fucking troll and it's like, right? Can you just like maybe help me out a little bit? But I can take care of it. Okay. Looks like there's some interesting. Okay. You. Okay. Yes, I know Jesus' friends, Jesus' family and friends were Jewish. I mean, okay. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you so much. I think I'm Norman, I know we can't rationalize insanity. I'm trying to like say, first of all, I'm not the first person, but I think I'm like, I don't know why I'm so singled out as, everyone else is like, they could have their name. They still mention their name, even if she's saying horrible things, but she has to have my new name as a slanderous name. I didn't do anything to this woman. Really? I mean, it's like, I just don't know sometimes. Go ahead. I know you can't be here 24/7, Amanda. I'm just like saying you can. Oh, okay, I don't know. Oh, thank you. You like the space? Oh yeah, you like this? This is yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for the backdrop. It's actually, but I guess I just copied from Good Times. I guess he's the inventor of the green screen, because that's what she said. But actually, I was able to like talk on a Good Times show, and I had a good time. I had a good time with Good Times, right? I know, Amanda. That's what I like. If you look, I did a buddy troll presentation where it's all about how they're like they get your trust, and then they get you to like reveal a lot of stuff, and then they will use that as leverage and all this kind of stuff. So it's kind of like that's my lesson for the day to everybody is like there's obvious trolls, and the obvious trolls will be easy enough to kick out. I mean, I keep using RG around and Arthur and stuff because I like them, but yeah, okay. The mask does slip off, Yasmina, and like, but is that this thing? And it's like, yeah. Did I have the? They're like, I'll say she's pretty good at it. She's really good at what she does. Like really, really good. Really good. But so am I. I'm not some chooch off the turnip truck, okay? I didn't just fall off the turnip truck. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Joey. Did I see Aldi and Stribbles go at it last night? Oh, I didn't see that. No, I'm kind of like not really on too many shows. You were enjoying the Good Times show this morning, and then the drama came in. See, I know. See, some people like just like talking about interesting things. Like I love talking about the Charles Manson. Like I was talking with Good Times this morning. We're talking about Charles Manson and the Beatles and fun stuff. And then all of a sudden, ding dong, the witch is here. It was Christine at the door. Thank you. And well, I was trying to apologize to her and stuff, and I was actually like, oh, Christine, come on. I was like, get her, look, I want to talk to her and stuff. And then she just starts attacking me. And I was like, Christine, I know that I saw the comment on that video, which was basically, there was a Tripkick video. It was just basically me retelling the stories and everything. All that they added in was some witch graphics and stuff like that. So, and she laughed in the comments. So I was like, oh, she might have a sense of humor. No, she doesn't. She just came in to say that she can say to me, in all honesty, to jump off a bridge. But when I say, in response to Clumsy saying, do you think Christine and Beta are doing a ritual on you? And I was like, yes, I cried in the ether. I saw them dancing around a tree, sacrificing baby goats. Or maybe a euphemism for baby goats. Okay. And then that's considered, she takes that seriously. She also said, stop talking about Beta and Emma and me and Sandman. Who am I going to talk about? All of you are just saying all the worst shit about me. You're on 3-hour lives and stuff like that, all talking about me, and I'm not allowed to talk about you. Okay. I'm not allowed. Actually, this is a talk show in the community. Like, you know what? Send a cease and desist and leave me alone and stop talking about me too. How about that? When you do that, maybe I'll do that. But until you do, I don't want you out there just fucking slandering my name anymore. It's like, because really, it's getting like ridiculous. It's getting fucking ridiculous, right? I don't know. So I'm not going to lose my cool. I'm just like going to calm down. Okay. I know I get hyped up. I'm just like being myself. This is like raw. This is real. This is not like fake. Community is toxic. It is toxic. It's but you know what? I can start to drain the swamp. If I get down to 0 people and stuff, I won't. And actually, it won't be 0 people. It'll be at least a few people. I'll have at least 3 people that will come in once in a while still. Yeah, I guess they'll. I mean, if I stop talking about the drama, I guess nobody's going to come here anymore. But maybe I'll talk about what I want to talk about. I don't constantly need to be told that I'm wrong by people. I'm not saying you did. I'm saying constantly told, oh, do this and this and this, run your show like this. Like, we should have known. It's like, I told you so this. I'm right now just presenting this to you. You can make your own decision. I didn't slander her at all. All I did was read her own words, okay? Are you talking, Amber, what person's First Amendment right? Like, you're talking about chat or mine? Because on YouTube, oh, you love Beta and Sandman, and well, I love Beta and Sandman too until Beta struck my channel and Sandman porn bombed me. Okay? Now I have a different opinion. Thank you, Celty. Appreciate that. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see the first part of the message. Let me see. Go. Difficult takeaways. Okay, hold on. Oh, hold on. I missed it. I'm sorry. Everyone talks about everyone. And just like I say, everyone is sending a cease and desist is not legally actionable unless they actually follow through with a lawyer, and even that gets extreme. Yeah, I know. I'm saying like, but you can send like you can like draft one of them and like send it at least, and it's like then the person will probably not like stop. Like it's like you can say you can make a request, please stop talking about me to somebody, and then I know you don't necessarily need a lawyer. I mean for it, but it's like usually people will. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, do you remember you saying long ago that you could follow on other streams without people following you? I don't believe you until you saw it for yourself. Maybe this morning, you couldn't go on other streams without people following you. Oh, so who is that? Yeah. Sometimes it gets sometimes the chat gets really confusing because there's a lot of people talking to different. They're talking to each other. Sometimes I think they're talking to me, and it's like or I miss messages. And so I do apologize if I get it wrong. Sometimes I try my best. You had a rough time eating nothing but Tina's burritos. Well, I hope they're good. Basically, she said, I will be hurt. And I don't know. It felt threatening. Not like with that, some of what I read in the transcript. But as for that, otherwise, hey, I'm used to be calling ugly and stupid and, dirty and smelly and an animal abuser and all this kind of stuff. Is any of it true? No. Maybe like, I could get a manicure once in a while more, right? I don't know. But you know what? I don't think, they used to say cleanliness sometimes. Cleanliness equals God. Yeah, Sandman porn bombed me. You know why? Because he was mad that I had some people in my chat. I didn't even have more people in my chat because he was playing Street Fighter. And even he had then had like a few more people, but he got really, I heard him, I went over to his chat and I heard him like complaining about it. And then he came over here and he porn bombed me to try to like get me to stop so people would go watch him play fucking Street Fighter. I mean, it's like lame. So lame. And Beta struck my channel. And it's like, so, but what did I really say about Beta? They named a spider after me and then like flushed it down the toilet and said it was a secret spider ritual that I should watch out. And so maybe if I could take that as a joke, whatever, but this other woman, like, what if I made an AI where I put a woman in a burning dumpster, like I was put in a burning dumpster. Like, you guys have seen like some of this art she made of me, right? Like, I'm not like, because some people haven't seen it. Like, I tried to show Christine, she refused to look at it. Yeah, like, did you see this? And she also told Good Times said that she told Good Times that she would throw me and him in an oven because we're Jews, okay? Oh, I got rid of the strikes. I got rid of the strikes, yeah. So I think that's supposed to be Bette Midler from what's that movie, like Hocus Pocus with the Sandersons, and I think that is like, who's that fat guy in the Yankees hat? I don't know who that is, and I think that's Jesus in the dumpster. Yeah. So what if a man made that with a woman in the dumpster? Would that be considered like really? Like, I mean, I think probably like, he would go to prison or something like that. I mean, or at least he'd be like, oh my God. It's just like when I played this funny clip, there was a funny clip where this dolphin, I know. Yeah. Oh, that's Beta? I thought it was a Bette Midler from Hocus Pocus. Oh my gosh. Beta has gray hair like that? Wow, that's quite a look. Okay. Oh yeah, and then there's this one too. I mean, it's not like she's saying I should be crucified on a cross or anything, right? Of course, it's not going to go that far where she would actually like, think I should be on a cross, right? She would never go that far, right? Where I'd actually be like hanging off of a cross. Oh wait. Oops. Yeah, but look at mine and then look at Bay Clips. And then look at the one I did of her. I mean, I won't even show the one I did of her. You can look at my community wall if you want to. It's actually very, very wild, okay? I know it's the AI, but did you hear about being threatened to beat me up. I shouldn't have never been born. I'm just like I'm fraudulent. That's what she calls me as like a name, fraudulent. You know. Oh, and then and what about like you really should, guys, you need to catch up if you just are coming in and you're seeing like just have a start at the beginning of the show. I mean, it's like I can only explain it so many times without saying, "Oh, why did you stop talking about it?" Well, because people keep asking me to explain it again. I mean, geez, but not like I'm making out with her ex-boyfriend, right? That would just be too. Oh my god. Okay. Well, would anybody like to come up? Does anybody have anything to say? Does anybody? Hi, Marty. Yo, you monkey ears over ears me? What does that mean? The purge begins July 2nd. There's a purge house, Marty? The NBA shut down and went to announce. Magic announced he had a disease. Do you believe in magic? Oh, he doesn't have that anymore. All right, well, you're just sending a lot of weird stuff. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Any comments? Anything they want to say? Are my feelings hurt? No, because I'm a strong person, and it's like I love myself, and I know the truth. What hurts is like that. You know, there's gonna be a lot of people that just don't even care. But you know what? I think I did a pretty good presentation. You might want to like go back and watch it if you want. It kind of will explain a lot. I hope maybe if you ever have a problem, maybe it will help you. Can we do a card pull to see what you found out today is true about you being? Is that true? Because once I had actually, I had a vision of this thing called the honey ritual, where I saw someone in a cemetery dig a hole and take my picture and cover it with honey, and then bury it. Called the honey ritual. Big time? No, but I mean, I did. I mean, you saw those AIs, and she also did a thumbnail of it. Okay, so I will just momentarily I did a nice AI of her, okay? And just as imagine, and you just ask yourself the question. It's not being positive or negative, okay? Just imagine and just ask yourself this question, okay? And then I'll just end the show with this, okay? Okay. I don't, but that it was just phrased in an unusual way, which I don't think. I mean, even if it's true or not, it's just like don't just say it's not true, okay? That's all. That's the only one I'm gonna do, okay? Is anybody gonna laugh? No. Okay. Well, that was it. So, see, no one even laughed at it, so that was too nice, right? But I'm not here to hurt people, and I did care about her, and I was a real friend. Okay. I didn't do anything to her. I didn't do anything to Christine. These are all words, right? It's like, it's like at the end of the day, nothing, like, I can stand up for myself. I am that was standing up for myself because I'm trying to help people and stuff. And Arthur, I just, it's like Arthur, it's like I just feel like I already kicked you out once, and then I like let you back in, and then you said something stupid again. Should I even try one more time? Should I even bother? Thank you, SJX Rose. I'm not trying to be vengeful. I think this is a big time. If you watch the whole show, I did a whole presentation about buddy trolling and like the whole, I exposed the whole blueprint of it. And so that's my revenge. And hopefully it will help people. You can go and rewind the episode and watch that. And maybe I'll clip that part out and put it in the, again on its own. Yeah, go back and check it out because it's a really good presentation and stuff. Thank you. And so, and I did make a more formal statement. I don't want this to keep going on forever. I don't want to it to escalate and stuff. I'm not trying to get it to escalate, but I'm not going to be bullied into silence. Okay. Arthur, I will give you one more chance. If you say something stupid to me, I will never talk to you again. Okay?
Hey, Psych, I appreciate you allowing me to be on the platform. I do want to apologize to Christine. Yesterday, I did say something offensive to her. And like you said, you've done nothing or said anything to her.
Well, I did say something, but it was a joke. I mean, I said something, right? I didn't and she talks about me too. I mean, it's like she said I should jump off a bridge, right? And she said she meant it. I said, I saw in my vision dancing around a tree, sacrificing baby goats. And it was a joke. And somehow I'm wrong and bad, and she's right and good, right?
It was clearly a joke because you are being so outlandish with it. It's just obviously a joke. Now, if you said something about her, about where she used to work about nursing,
nothing personal. I didn't talk anything.
Exactly. It was so outlandish. It's like me saying, "Oh, Sandman, at the swamp that you live in, I hope Fiona and you, go away." It's like it's just a joke.
I'm a Capricorn, so I'm a goat, and it's like so I'm very against the sacrifice of goats or anything. So
I do feel like I don't know about you, I do feel like, and this community could probably be an example of it, how everyone has become so soft to comments, to jokes. Everything is just no. Why would you say that? That's offensive.
I try to joke around, and then it's like,
Yeah.
then I get like serious threats, and I get serious like hate and serious defaming and serious like I get the serious and this stuff, and I get then people get mad at me. Like I've never seen, I get projected on, you know. Oh yeah, and I'm not gonna forget like the other day. Oh, I love Christine. I don't know who the women, all the women she's talking about. By the way, she did mention she's like, Elisa told you to leave her the fuck alone. I've never had a conflict with Elisa, like, and so I don't understand what she's talking about. I'm in Elisa's Discord. Elisa probably would have kicked me out of her Discord, which is just
Yeah, I don't know why she's like, I'm maybe like white knighting or gatekeeping you from other content creators.
You know what?
I don't know
I'll
what's up
explain
with
it to you.
that.
I'll explain it. She wants to control the narrative. Okay, she wants to be the one to control the narrative for everyone. Okay, and
Well, I'll let you
she's
be.
mad because I have my own cult codex, and she thinks I stole the idea from her. Wait, it was a wiki. So are you, whatever your name is, last name Wiki? No. So it's like something that a lot of people have done, right? It's like I can have a show and compile information about it. I'm allowed to. I'm not going to blackmail anybody. It's not controlled by Beta or Sandman. I'm not.
Dox,
And I want to say
threaten.
I was not approached. I was not paid a large sum of money by anybody to create a cast. Okay,
No.
a cast of people, and I'm not involved in organized crime. I mean, there's just like so many outlets, and I don't condone murdering of. You know, she's like murdering of babies and stuff. I mean, it's just like so
No.
crazy. The things I'm being accused of. Okay?
Yeah, it's like, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a nice day. Yeah, you better had locked horns in the past. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, that person I'm talking about, like that I read, we have the same birthday, okay? And I believe in very heavily in astrology, right? Right? Isn't that what they're like? See, I would never tell somebody, dude, don't do this on your show. Don't do this on your show. Don't talk about this person. Don't talk about this person. I mean, it's like at the end of the day, I'm allowed to talk about whoever I want. And especially I'm allowed to respond if people are talking about me and doing 3-hour lives where they're like standing around a toilet saying they're doing a secret spider ritual and they name the spider after me and drown a spider. And then they're like, well, what is he so weird? It's just weird. And you're saying I'm weird, like for doing tarot cards and stuff, but I'm fake psychic anyway. So, right. By the way, my readings are for entertainment purposes only. I'm not claiming to have any powers that somebody else doesn't have. Like people all have the power of intuition and empathy, or most people do, right? It seems like maybe some people are a little bit lacking in it around here, but one thing about me is I do have empathy. I am forgiving. If someone was to get, even after all this, any of these people genuinely came to me and were like, hey, you know, I was mad at you because you did this, but maybe I did something too. And maybe we're all just human and we have bad days. But no, I'm the monster. I'm going to be told whatever. Like I'm just a monster, right? So because there's this narrative being pushed, I'm not trying to control the narrative. I'm just trying. I actually showed her narrative. I just used her words. I didn't write in, make up that she said dirty Jews and stuff like that. That was what she decided to say to her mouth. I didn't make her say good times and I should be pushed in an oven. That was her that said that, okay? I think that she should be reminded that Jesus, like it's like Jesus would be turning over on his cross right now if he heard what she was saying, okay? If she walked hand in hand with Jesus, they must be handcuffed together or something. You don't choose a side? Well, what if one side is like obviously going too far? I didn't make any threats of violence toward anybody. I didn't insult anybody's hygiene. I never said anything about her the smell of any parts of her body. Like she said I smell, and she said I'm disgusting. But yet the next day she said, let's go to Hollywood, where I had to sit in the car, or I got to sit in the car, or I sat in the car for like an hour next to her. You'd think if I was just like so disgusting, she would have like said, oh, and so just vile, she would have said, okay, well, the dinner was nice. Bye. And that would have been it. But she decided. And then she has a special saying, I didn't smell after that. And because people asked, oh, how was Psyche? And she said, he's just as great as he is on his show in that. Do you guys remember when she liked me? You usually hate everyone? Okay, well, at least that's honest. I would say, yeah, like completely made up. The other is highly exaggerated. Okay, but I guess I got my point out, and I don't know when I'm going to see you guys again, because maybe it's just time for me to like take a step back a little bit, like, you know. Yeah, I remember that, but also it's called like, you know, she did like kind of pull a fast one on me. So actually, but maybe I knew, but maybe I need to experience things for myself. Maybe that's the only way some people learn. So thank you guys. Love you. You have a great day. Okay. And guys, love yourselves and love each other and be kind to each other, even maybe to the guy who kind of gets, you know, maybe like has a dirty fingernails or something. So love you. Thank you so much.